What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, boys and girls? Welcome back to another exciting time right now, guys. We got PulseChain MainNet. It's live. It's here. I hope every single one of y'all are having a blast, enjoying it, watching all of it, maybe yield farming, maybe earning some fees. In this video, we're just going to be talking a little bit more about exactly what's going on with it. Make sure we have a good plan in place because, guys, this is just the beginning. So I see a lot of people talk, oh my God, I can't transact. Guys, this is the beginning of a blockchain. You are at the very beginning of a layer one ecosystem. It's going to be okay. We have time. I want everyone to know that we have time, folks. Boys and girls, please be sure to calm everyone down. Let everyone know that we're still freaking early. All of our everything on Ethereum got copied. Everything on Ethereum got copied. Now, guys, if you actually want to, again, let me say what's up to everyone real quick. Say hello to some beautiful people real quick. Let some more people start trickling in. I know I just kind of made the announcement and everything like that. So, but I hope everyone as always is having a fantastic day, boys and girls. But let me say what's up to some people real quick. We got Facing Reality first up. Here we go. Yes, sir. Crypto Elite. What's up? What's up? What's up? What up? What up? Let's go. How you doing, John East, my boy? Wispyler, good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, everyone. What's up, Facing? Yeah, what's up? What's up? Okay, I'm here early today with you, man. Absolutely. Coin Investor, my G right there. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's good, fam? Dude, another, man, my G. We are freaking blessed, my guy. We are so blessed. So let me let a few more people start trickling in. What's up, Facing Reality? Hello. Hey there, Johnny's. Exactly. So, guys, let's talk a little bit about PulseChain. Have y'all had a chance to go through, see it, test it, use it, learn it? Are you loving it at this point in time? Let me know your thoughts. Let me know exactly what's going through your head at this point in time, because we have everything at this point kind of breaking down a nice, easy way of actually seeing all of the pairs and everything at this point in time. So, in fact, if y'all haven't already, boys and girls, let me just go to the actual website itself, pulsex.com. All right, cool. Here we go. All right, so first let's talk about Hex on Ethereum. I guess that is where we need to initially start at this point in time. There's been some crazy things going on over there at this point. So really, I hope everyone is able to take full advantage of this right now, because this is incredible. I'm seeing the prices right now. And again, guys, scooping this up right here at this point. So let me just go back over here, maybe delete this. Cool. All right, and get rid of menu. All right, cool. So let's check out the Hex price over on Ethereum at this point in time. So again, y'all have already seen this happen. We knew, I've been saying this for months now at this point in time, that the Hex price was going to fall. Not only have I been saying it for a long time, I've been telling every single one of y'all to set limit orders, and the fact that I set limit orders all the way down to a penny as a just in case scenario. And look what we ended up getting, guys. We got it all the way down to 1.11 cents. Now, this thing is wicked down not once, but actually twice here at this 1.6 cent region. And we are still pre-bridge at this point in time. This is a beautiful opportunity for everyone who hasn't had a chance to go through and learn how to set a limit order, guys. I cannot stress to you enough. If anyone has limit orders down here, 2.7, 2.2, 1.8, 1.6, these are all have a very high likelihood of actually getting hit. Why? Because when the bridge opens, a lot of people are going to be moving their assets from Ethereum over into the PulseChain ecosystem. So let's make a plan. Let's agree to each other right now. Let's say I want to be ready, okay? That's it. The proper preparation prevents poor performance. Guys, the 5 Ps. I've said it over and over and over and over and over again. This is proper preparation preventing poor performance. This is us making sure that we're there to capture when something like this arises. how can we go through and make sure that we capture this right here, right now? Well, the best way to do it is, in fact, by going through and setting limit orders, as we had discussed. So I've shown this previously as well, but guys, limit orders are the way to go. I use CalSwap because I'm here in the US. It makes it so much easier. You can also use Power Cities Portal X as well. They do a great job filling limit orders. I've just been using CalSwap now for over a year and a half. And so it's done very well for me during this time. But the idea is we want to hold over to some USDC, and we want to select the token that we're looking to get more of. In this case, we're looking at Hex. So in this scenario, it tells me exactly what the current price is. Now, again, if I click set to market, here we go. Let's just say I wanted to do, okay, so let's just break this down a couple of ways. Let's say you have $1,000 right now that you've been waiting to deploy in, that you've been waiting to do something in, that you're waiting to buy the dip on in Hex, that you're waiting to do something on. The idea is we want to break this down into a few different limit orders to be able to capture them as they go down. So let's actually up this to, we'll say 2,000. Okay. So let's just say we have $2,000 right now. Well, currently, if I was to do a market buy with $2,000, I would get 66,000 Hex. Okay. I'm going to write this down on a little notepad so I can actually tell you the exact difference, because limit orders are by far the way to go. So 66,396 is what I would currently get if I was to buy it on the market. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this down into 4 separate limit orders, and I'm going to set a ladder on the way down. Okay. So this is currently if the price was at 3 cents, which it currently is. So let's just say, for example, I want this first price to actually start. I want my first limit order to be filled at 2.6 cents. Okay, I'm just going to start it there. It's a little bit lower than it is right now. It allows me to get in, and I'm going to do $500 worth here. Okay, that allows me to put a limit order in, set it there. And again, I'm going to choose the expiry date out to 6 months. So I'm going to go down to custom, and I'm actually going to set this for 6 months from now. So I can click on over here. Whoops. I can just go out 6 months. It'll take you down into November. I'm going to go 1 day back because it doesn't let you click this one. And then again, the time zone, I'm not really too worried about the time because that's all good. That's 6 months from now. So I'm going to click set custom date. Okay. Now, the idea behind this is I can now set it and forget it. So this one will give me 19,230 when it gets filled. Okay. This is at 2.6 cents, at 2.6 cents. Okay. That's $500 worth. And I'm just going to I'm making a little note of this as we go along. Okay. The next one, I'm going to go and I'm going to set this one maybe a little bit more lower, or a little bit lower. So I'm going to go 2.2 cents now. Okay. So now I can set this here at 2.2 cents, another $500 out to 6 months, set it here for 22, and I would get 22,000 in this scenario. So 22,727 at 2.2 cents and at $500. Now, guys, this is the beautiful part. When limit orders get filled, I am telling you, you feel happy. It literally changes your emotion completely from how you feel. If you do a market buy right now and the price goes and dips 50% from 3 cents down to 1.5 cents, and you lose half the value, and you like, dang, I wish I could have waited. I wish I would have not gone in. I wish I could have. That's annoying. It's terrible for your mindset. It's terrible for your mentality. Flip that mentality and let's make it a positive thing, because this is still an amazing opportunity, folks. And I don't think everyone is seeing the opportunity that's in front of them. So let's just say we got it here at 2.2 cents. I've got it here. Now we're going to go down a little bit lower, 1.7 cent. Okay. Now in this scenario, I'm getting 29,411 at 1.7 cents. Again, another 500 right here. Now, y'all can choose all the limit orders that you want. I'm using this as an example. You do what you will at your own prices, okay? Choose what makes sense for you. If you want to capture it and make sure that you can capture, maybe you do all of your limit orders between 3 cents and 2 cents. So anywhere between 2.8, 2.6, 2.4, 2.2, anywhere between there. Those could be your 4 limit orders if you don't think that the price could get down a little bit lower. Some of these are more so a Hail Mary. I have a decent bag already, and I'm just using this as another opportunity to scoop some more up should the price arise in front of me. And that's what I'm almost expecting to happen. So let's just say it goes down to 1.7. I've got this down, and I'm going to set one more down just in case, maybe at 1.2, maybe at 1.3, somewhere around this range. And again, I will get 38,000 here. Now, let's just assume all my limit orders end up filling, okay? Let's just say that the price of Hex goes back down to the 1.1 cent level again after the bridge opens. Well, if I take all the calculations and add them all up, once the limit orders get filled, that would actually end up giving me 29,411 plus 38,461. It would give me 109,829 hex. Okay, 109,000, my bad, 109,829 hex. This is on the Ethereum side, folks. This is how you can learn. We're going to be doing the same exact thing when the time comes for PulseChain. It's just right now there's not limit orders available. Learn right now how to set limit orders, folks. This is in fact the time. Now is the time to do it. Okay. Now let's just say that Hex only drops down to 1.7 cent. Okay. So even instead, so the difference between what you would have originally gotten had you done a market buy and all the limit orders got filled. Whoops, I did the wrong math on that one. 829 minus 66,396. So that would be a difference of 44,000 hex that you would end up accruing by setting limit orders and doing $500 limit orders on the way down. That's almost double the position in hex, and I promise you feel much happier at the end of the day when your limit orders get filled. I promise. Every single person I've taught how to do limit orders and they execute it and it happens, they are so freaking happy, because that means the price came down to the level that you were maybe thinking it would go down to, but your order got filled and you got it for a lot better than you would have gotten. Now, what's even better about this is this happens while you're sleeping, while you're away, out living life, while you're doing everything else. You don't need to be in front of a computer constantly watching the chart, trying to figure out, man, what's the price going to do? Should I go in? Should I go in? Should I do it now? Man, the price dropped to 2.9. Now's the time. Forget that, man. Forget that. Take that emotion out, man. That's what I'm saying. Remove emotion from this equation. Okay, so let's just say that, God forbid, it doesn't go down to 1 cent again, and it only goes down to 1.5. If I take what we currently have and add all these numbers together, once again, and 29,411, I would end up with 71,368 additional hex. Now, again, that is a difference of, 5,000 hex at this point in time. Okay, y'all understand what I'm saying here? It makes it so much easier on your brain, on your psychology and everything. And I promise you honestly feel great when these get filled. Now, you can customize these amounts to whatever you want. I do an even stack on the way down. You can customize it to be a little bit more aggressive at the top and then go down a little bit less toward the bottom. You can do the opposite and actually be a little bit less aggressive on the top and actually go a lot more aggressive toward the bottom. This is all your scenario and your play. Okay. So I want everyone to understand the power that is limit orders, folks. I think it constantly gets left behind. And I tell you, man, when these limit orders get filled, you are elated. You are very happy. Okay. Exactly. Yeah, what's up, Brian Barwick? Super excited, my man. Absolutely, dude. I think we all are, and I think we all need to be. Now's the time that we put all the effort, all the discussions, all the practice, all the preparation into effect. Now is the time where we execute everything that we've been discussing over the last 2 years. Okay, if you've been tuning into me, now is the time that we execute everything over the last year. I've been sharing all of these strategies during the entire time. If you are new to the channel, welcome, my friend. Boys and girls, thank you so much for being here. We're about to grow and we're about to be very, very, very wealthy and prosperous, but we need to make sure we do it properly. Okay. I need everyone to understand that we need to take this slowly. We aren't hitting home runs here. We are playing the full 9 innings. We're playing the full game. We're playing it to win. Okay. So at the end of the day, you don't got to FOMO, man. Let's remove FOMO from the equation. Let's make sure that we do proper preparation to prevent poor performance. Right? The 5 P's. welcome to everyone who is new to the channel. Like, share, subscribe. Get this message out to every single person who needs to be hearing this. If you got friends, family, anyone in there, send this information, send this video out. Let's get this information going to everyone. What's up, Checks My Pulse? I love the name. What's up, South Texas Crypto? Absolutely. San Antonio here. What's going on? Wish I started sooner doing LP. Yeah, you're still so early, my man. You're still so freaking early. Swap some hex for Pulse, not getting rid of my PulseX sack bag, staking LP for PulseX, and just harvested first ink and got more Pulse with it. Amazing strategy right there, South Texas Crypto. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. Will I get calluses from farming incentive? You're just going to be harvest. Yes, you will. I'm grateful I found ATX and was able to spend some time practicing over and over and over on testnet. It for sure helped with the mainnet early before gas fees went dumb. Yeah, and that's what's beautiful, man. Everything that we've been discussing, when mainnet first went live, we could execute right away. There was no, what do I do? What's happening? How do I do this? It was like, let's go. We're ready. Every single person who's been tuned in was ready to rock and roll. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. It really does mean a lot. It really does mean a lot. It means that the information I'm sharing is conveyed and understood. And thank you so much for leaving that message. Kind words. Much love, John Neese. Crypto Khalil, damn, what did I miss, dude? We just have a blast over here. You didn't miss nothing, man. We early in this beach. Gloria, hello, my love. How are you doing? Hello, good people. I hope all of you are having a happy and excited future. I hope you all are happy and excited for the future. Yes, Gloria. Nothing, K. Khalil. What's up? It's so hard what to buy. Jeez. Congrats. Absolutely. Can you explain how to LP? Do you need a certain amount of coins or is it more risky for smaller bags? Yeah, I can definitely explain on that. Let me save that information, Robbie, and I'll come back to that one for sure. So tune in. We're going to go check out the actual PulseX Dex and actually see all that as well. What's up, Anthony Munoz? How you doing, my boy? What's up, Kaisa? My dude. Go follow Kaisa at Kaisa Crypto on Twitter. He makes phenomenal stuff, guys. Shout out to Kaisa. Johnny's, thank you, esports. Yeah. Yeah, love it. Esports. It's in the game. That's what I think of when I hear that. Doug, what's up, everybody? ATX and Hexkins, let's go. Absolutely, dude. Like, it's amazing. Please like as soon as you enter the stream. Absolutely. Hello, fam. What's up? Cookie to Chocolate? How are you doing? Turn it up. Hit the like. My boy Westcott. Hit the subscribe. Listen to him, guys. Listen to him. Facts on facts right there, man. My G right here. Westcott Crypto, man. I cannot wait. Man, we're about to be crushing it. It's going to be great, man. Atlantean, how are you doing, my friend? Absolutely going straight up right here, folks. Westcott, what's up exactly? What DApp is this? That was the cow swap DApp. That was how you can set limit orders using cow swap. Swap.cow.fi is the name of the website or the URL for the website. Again, swap.cow.fi. And you can also use Power City's Portal X swap to do limit orders. I don't use 1inch because here in the US, they ban 1inch. And so you can connect to it through VPN, but part of the terms and service and agreement when you use 1inch is that you aren't on a VPN. So I'd rather just not mess with that game, man. It's just not something I'm trying to mess with. But yeah, I use CowSwap. Kaisa, hey Kaisa, what's up? Bridge today? Yeah, dude, looking like it for show. That'd be dope, man, wouldn't it? That'd be dope if we got the bridge today, man. That would be so freaking epic. Just to see dollar values on everything is going to make everything so much easier to understand what to do, where to do it. God, oh my God, I can't wait to see the bridge, because at this point in time, it's more so just like, let's do it. Let's have fun. Let's move some here. Let's move some there. It's all cool, but it's all through ratios. And if that's not something you understand, then it's just kind of like, I might want to just wait. But yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Corn Investor. Yes, sir. We say hello to my boy Westcott for sure. What would Hex drop after bridge? Dude, I see it dropping down, maybe even below a penny, not gonna lie. I mean, who knows? That's why I have my limit order set, just in case. Like, dude, throw a Hail Mary out there and set a limit order at 0.008. Hail Mary, just throw it out there. Who knows? Maybe you get it, maybe you don't. At the end of the day, if it doesn't execute, it doesn't cost you anything. You know what I mean? So that's just not financial advice, just food for thought. Wasn't max pain after launch? I think we're going to experience some more pain come the bridge, because people aren't able to get Pulse right now. And it's because the gas fees went a little bit higher than anticipated right away. And so for everyone who had one Pulse to transact with in the beginning, they are now gassed out at this point because they can't transact. It costs too much. So unless you have someone who's willing to, part ways with their Pulse to assist or whatever the case may be, then it is next to impossible to transact. So we need the bridge to come in. What's going to happen? We're going to discuss on that a little bit later as well too, Gabriel. But yeah, I think we're not past max pain yet. Kaiso, doing great, my friend. Hope you're doing great too. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Probably a dumbass, but why does your wallet stay connected the duration of the limit order ladder, or do you input the total amount of USDC at the beginning and then disconnect and wait to fill? Great question. It's a lot of times people ask the similar question. So the way it works is once the limit orders are filled, you can then disconnect your wallet if you'd like, because it's saved within the system and you authorized it the ability to spend USDC for you, or whatever coin you decide to do, USDT, whatever it is that you decide to give access to. And that way, once the order actually is able to execute, it will automatically withdraw that as long as you have the USDC that's in there, or whatever coin you're using to fill the limit orders. Gosh, once you actually set it, you can say spend it, and then you can disconnect to answer the question. Sorry, just got here. What platform is this? CalSwap was the one we were talking about. Great advice. Thanks, Atlantean. I'm new. Pete Tony, thank you as well. Anyone know what the limit order platform was, Bueller? Yeah, CalSwap. You don't know? Sorry, I got through a little bit later on that one, Muse. I wanted to answer. I wanted to make sure I had a good explanation of the limit orders right away so everyone could have a good understanding. What's up, Corey? Absolutely. Hello. Hey, Pete. Hello, what's up, Twin Fam? Yo. What's up, Twin Fam? Much love, my G right there, Twin Fam. What's going on, Muse Bandit? It was so nice doing transactions for less than one Pulse. It really was. It really was, man. And hopefully, some of y'all were able to execute because you had a good plan and you already knew what you were going to do when the time came. But yeah, I mean, either way, it's at this point in time, we're just waiting on bridge, and it's going to be a glorious thing too here in the very near future, my friend. When bridge today, 24 hours, soon. Yeah, I love that answer. For someone just finding EHEX or PHEX for that matter, what is a solid token amount to try and attain for a healthy bag to hodl and stake? It depends on your vision, man. That's a simple question. I've shown the math on this before, and I'm welcome to show it again. But I mean, guys, like it really doesn't take much if you have a long-term vision. And I'll show you exactly what I mean when I say this too. So just imagine that we have just 10,000 hex, okay? And you stake it out to 15 years. Well, let's just assume that in 15 years, hex is $20, right? And I'm assuming 15 years is quite a while from now, and I can definitely see hex at least at minimum reaching $20. Well, that's going to give you a bag of $1.2 million for what is essentially today $300. Okay, so like, is that good enough for you? I mean, that's pretty solid to me. And then everything else is just icing on top, my friend. If you do the math and see how that works, figure out what's good for you. That's just my 2 cents. But yeah, that's kind of what I think on that one. Question: how will a person with no Pulse execute a swap to get Pulse if they have no gas for transaction fee? Great question. We're going to get into the bridge as well here in just a second to explain that a little bit further. But the idea, when fiat on ramp, yeah. So 0x Coast is working on that right now. I don't know how long it's going to take. My guess, 30 days before we start seeing fiat on ramp and off ramp directly into PulseChain. But maybe sooner, maybe later, somewhere in that time frame is what I'm thinking. What is Zen founder problem? I didn't even mean to say that out loud, but whatever, who cares? Why would he do that? He doesn't care, man. PowerSwap will have a direct swap to Pulse, but they won't be live for another 2 weeks or so. Exactly, Muse. 100%. So let's just anticipate that we don't get Power City's Portal X swap, the ability to transact and move over into Pulse directly for at least 2 weeks to a month. What are we going to do next? Okay. Doesn't CalSwap let you swap without any fees up front? Yeah, it allows you to swap gasless fees. You do have to pay a fee to allow it to execute the USD or whatever coin. I'm going to say USDC for this scenario. Whatever you're using to set your limit orders, I'm going to say USDC for me, but you can use in a lot of other coins too. It's not just USDC, but you have to allow it the ability to spend that coin, and that does cost a gas fee at first, but then everything else is gasless. So when the limit order gets filled, it doesn't require you to have any Ethereum in your wallet. It just gets filled automatically. What do you think about holding TUSD as a stable after bridge? What do you mean? I mean, what? It's a stable. Hold it. Use it. I mean, I don't know. I don't understand the question. We can't twin, not till bridge. Yeah, CalSwap works for PulseChain? Not yet. CalSwap doesn't work for PulseChain. Not yet, Muse. There is no limit orders for PulseChain. I was showing on the Ethereum side because right now the price of Hex is sitting in a nice little juicy range. And so what I mean by that is it's currently down here at the 3-cent level. And so if I can assume that we're going to end up getting something that happens when bridge launches, like let's just anticipate or take a little gander and say we go from 3 cents down to at least 1.9 cents or something when the bridge launches, whether that's a little bit later this afternoon, a little bit later this evening, in a couple of days, in the week. I don't know when the bridge launches, but when the bridge launches, I can definitely see a lot of people moving their Ethereum side stuff into the PulseChain side. So I'm going to take a bet on that and say I want to take up some more because I want all of it. eHex is still going to be here for the long haul, boys and girls. In the next 6 months to a year, it's going to be back at all-time highs, if not $1. So I want that because at 3 cents right now, that's damn near a 20x if it goes back up to all-time high. That works for me. I don't need to hit 1,000x or 10,000x. Guys, you do a 20x your bag, you're doing really good. Okay. So this is all for Ethereum side, just to answer the question. Hopefully that makes sense. PulseChain is wrecked. Prove me wrong. No, it's definitely not wrecked. How is it wrecked? Because you can't transact? That just means you didn't sacrifice for PulseChain. But by no means is it wrecked. Right now, it costs less than 30 cents to transact. How is that wrecked? That's a silly thing to say. Not twin fam, you pay a much smaller fee up front and then nothing else once the order fills. Exactly. Yeah, you pay a very small fee to allow the contract to execute, and you authorize the website for CalSwap to be able to spend your USDC for you when the limit order gets filled or when it's filling the limit order. So, yeah. Nothing available for Pulse yet, Muse. Yeah, exactly. Appreciate that. Cool. Exactly. How wild do you think ETH fee is going to get when bridge opens? I don't know. I mean, it got down to a reasonable level. It was back at like 30 Gwei for at least the weekend. That was really cool seeing it back at 30 Gwei and that kind of stuff. Allowed me to end a stake and all that. So I was kind of happy in that range. And then now it's back up to, 100 or whatever, but I don't know if it's going to get too crazy. What's your thoughts on pulling liquidity before the bridge is live? Heard some streamers talking about it. Yeah. So, okay, cool. Let's talk about, let's go into liquidity providing real quick. And we'll just kind of address a few questions that have kind of come up. Let me pull up real quick here. Here we go. And cool. All right, so let me pull up here. ATX, I'm worried about the high fees on PulseChain. Should I or should I not? There's not really high fees right now. When I say, like, when I'm tweeting out, like, be careful about what you're doing right now, it's just for the people who don't fully understand, because a lot of individuals have, we'll say, 1 million to 10 million pulse. In this scenario, if you sacrificed $1,000, you were given 1 million pulse for the sacrifice. So if you have a million pulse in this example, and it costs 2,000 to 4,000 pulse to transact, that it's still well within your range, right? So, and again, like, I just say be careful again, because if, like, I don't want to do 50 different transactions. I think you want to have a good plan to be able to execute right away. So if you're going to go in, provide liquidity, so you either need to swap tokens, provide liquidity, and then put it into a yield farm. All those are going to cost gas fees, but once that's set, you can just let it go, right? And so, like, once that's good, you can just let it ride, and then you're actually earning an incentive token, which way outpaces the amount of fees that you actually spent to get it done. And Cookie de Chocolate, I sent this message out to all the Patreon supporters as well. Shout out to all the Patreon supporters, much love. But if anyone is needing some help with PulseChain tokens at this time and you're a Patreon member, then hit me up. I'm here to help. I'll leave it like that. But again, that's only for Patreon members at this time. What is the reasoning for that, Kaisa? Here we go. Because volatility will be insane after the bridge is open, so impermanent loss could hit you hard. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's talk about that. Yeah. because because I'm equally bullish on both assets. Exactly. Yeah, impermanent loss. Yeah, you equally. Okay, cool. So let's talk about this real fast, folks. Here we go. Share. And boom, boom. Cool. So right here on the website for PulseX, this is app.pulsex.com. We are live, boys and girls. God, oh, it feels good. Like, it just feels freaking good, man. Doesn't it? It just feels good. I'm so happy to be here, man. This has been something coming for a long time, and I'm just so freaking stoked that we are here, man. Incredible, 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 incredible. I cannot be more thankful in this scenario. So let's just assume real fast that you wanted to, let's just say, for example, and I don't have anything within this balance, so just kind of play along with me, use your minds, use your head. Maybe I'll make a little small wallet that I can show you all how to do this kind of stuff, and that way you can do everything. But again, we'll figure that out. I'm going to get there. I'm waiting to see if there's some way that I can transfer tokens and not have it come back to my address and that kind of stuff. So yeah, we're going to come back to that one. For now, I'm just going to use $0 balances because I think y'all can all understand. So when you are providing liquidity, what that means is you are basically saying that I will put up my tokens into a pool. And within that pool, people are going to trade back and forth between those tokens. Within that trading between everyone, you're going to be paid a small fee for everyone doing all of those trades, because you're a provider of liquidity. You're allowing the network to be able to transact and thrive in a decentralized fashion manner way. So when you provide liquidity, you have to put up equal amounts on both sides. So in this scenario, we know right now that for every one pulse, it's 3.88 pulse X. That still stands true for when you go through and you add liquidity in here. If you put one pulse, you need to put up 3.85. Again, this is it's a fluctuating thing. It happens quickly, but y'all kind of see what I'm saying. So whatever you have to put up, you have to put up the equal amount on the other side, because this is using a Uniswap v2 copy, which means you need to have both assets of the same. Let's just say, for example, it's $1,000. You need to have 500 in one, 500 in the other. Simple like that. But instead of using dollar values right now, all we can do is use ratios. So right now it's one pulse for every 3.85 pulse X. So if you wanted to, and you were to put 1 million pulse in this pool, you would need to have 3.85 million pulse X to be able to provide liquidity within this pool. Now, when you go through here, you're going to execute a transaction that basically says allow it to transact, allow the system to run it, and again, you pay a fee. Keep in mind the fees are probably going to be somewhere like 2,000 pulse, because that's the gas fee right now. We're going to get back to the gas fees in a second. So when you provide liquidity, this is such a key thing to remember. You want to remember the ratio that you actually set the liquidity at. So in this scenario, it's going to be 1.1 to 3.85. And why does that matter? Because let's just say hypothetically PulseChain launches or the bridge comes in and PulseChain launches and skyrockets to the moon because everyone's trying to buy some pulse. Well, in that scenario, it could go and do a 10x, and PulseX could go do a 2x. Well, in that scenario, the ratio is going to get thrown off. It's going to put your one pulse, and it's going to be equivalent to what is essentially 15 pulse X. Let's just hypothetically say this. Well, that right there is not a good deal. That means that you're susceptible to impermanent loss, and all of your pulse will essentially be converted into pulse X, the one that did worse. So be very careful when it comes to liquidity providing. However, if you stay in the pool long enough, eventually the ratios come back down, and let's say that 10x goes and brings it back down to a 3x on pulse. And let's just say this 2x goes and does a 3x on pulse X, and they're back to a 1-to-1 ratio or a 1 to a 3.85 ratio. You can then pool your liquidity, not suffer any impermanent loss, and accrue all the fees that happen traded between those pairs. That is the benefit of liquidity providing. Now, when you become a liquidity provider, you're given liquidity provider tokens, or PLP, Pulse Liquidity Provider Tokens. You can then take these tokens and actually enter into a farm. Now, in this scenario, there's only one farm available, but there will be more. You would enable the farm, pay a gas fee there, and then you would insert these PLP tokens into this farm. Now, the benefit of doing this is you're going to start earning the incentive token. And this is a massive, massive benefit because, boys and girls, one incentive token right now, for example, let me just show you. One incentive token gets you 402,000 PulseX. Let me say that again. One incentive token gets you 404,000 PulseX. So if you were able to put up roughly around 2 million Pulse for 8 million PulseX, and that was where you put your liquidity position at, and you took those tokens, the LP tokens, into a yield farm, you're going to be earning this INC token, which is roughly one incentive token per day. I can then trade that one incentive token because while you're yield farming, you can do stuff called harvesting. So you actually just get to chop off a little bit of it and you harvest the incentive token and it remains inside the farm pool. Now, again, if this gets too crazy, I got a whole how-to series on all of this back when testnet was around. Just use the same logic because it all still stands. So go type in ATX crypto, how to yield farm, how to liquidity provide, how to do all. I have all the videos on all this. If you don't know any of that and you just want to learn how to connect to MetaMask, I have videos showing all of that, folks. So please go back and take some time to learn some of this as well. So let's just answer a few questions that we had brought up. Can you explain how to LP? Do you need a certain amount of coins or is it risky? Is it more risky for a smaller bag? The risk is not, I don't want to say it's more risky for a smaller bag, but what I typically advise is you do roughly 10% of your stack, maybe 15% of your stack. Don't get greedy. Don't do 100%. Yes, you're going to be able to earn things faster. Yes, you can move things faster. Yes, it allows you to do stuff quicker. But again, guys, we ain't going for the home run swing every single time, man. We're here for the long haul. We're here to stick this out. And in order to stick this out, we need to have a good plan in place that we can execute and feel comfortable doing it. Okay? Now, the reason why, so to answer the question, no, it is not more risky for smaller bags. You just have to probably do less, but that's okay. That is okay. Do a small portion of your bag, provide some liquidity, throw it into a yield farm. And right now, as long as you remember that at the end of the day, we're trying to get back to this ratio of 1 to 3.8. So should the ratios get out of whack, is that the time to pull your liquidity position? Is that the time to pull out the yield farm? No. To answer the question, it's not. That is not the question to pull out the yield farm. Okay? That's not the time to do it. The time to do it is when the ratios get back in line. Because if you see the sucker go up to like, I can't even show it right here, but let's just say this one goes up to 8 and this one goes down and this one's still at 1. In this example, just pretend that this one's saying 1 right here. That's not a good ratio to pull out your yield farm, because you're going to suffer impermanent loss in that situation. So there's the risk that you run. However, if you have a longer term play in this field, then when the ratios come back down into a reasonable world, even 1 to 4 possibly, like maybe this is 4 and this is still 1. So instead of all this is saying 1. That's a decent ratio because you had the time to earn some yield farm. You had some time to earn some liquidity or from some fees for providing liquidity. That's a better time to pull that situation out. Okay. So just be mindful when you pull and put your liquidity in. Keep that in mind. Okay, here we go. So what's your thoughts on pulling liquidity before the bridge is live? Heard some streamers talking about this. The reason why some streamers are talking about this is because they went in with their entire bag. I don't recommend anybody go in with their entire bag. Can you earn more? For sure. for sure. There's no doubt in my mind. I'm talking about you're taking 10% and you're throwing the rest of the 90% of your bag to go earn more. Is it going to earn faster? Sure, for sure. The reason why people are talking about pulling their liquidity position out is because they think there's a chance that PulseChain could go up faster than the other token for Pulse X. In that scenario, they're going to be left with all the Pulse X if they decide to pull it out a week after it happens, and they may be in a situation like we just discussed with impermanent loss. Some people are doing it right now with their entire stack, and then what's going to happen is before the bridge goes live, or right when the bridge goes live, they're going to pull out the position right away. This is a risky game because we don't have any way of knowing when the bridge is going to go live. So let's just assume that the bridge goes live while you're sleeping. And that was your play, was you were going to pull the liquidity position out and maybe only do 10% of your bag. Very risky. High risk, high reward. The reward that you receive right now is wild, boys and girls. I just showed you what one incentive token gets you. How crazy is it that look at 4 incentive token gets you 1.6 million Pulse X? Imagine, folks, that you sacrificed $1,000, okay? Or let's just say you sacrificed $100. That's essentially the same thing as saying that right there is worth $200 damn near, because 200 would be 2 million, but I don't know, $160. Let's just assume those 4 incentive tokens are worth $160 right now, based on the sacrifice price. That's pretty wild. And what if you're earning 1 incentive token per day? What if that's $40 per day that you're earning for 30 days? That's $1,200 a month. Pretty good. The reason is people are trying to go max on this one right now because they can, because it's here, because they have the PulseChain, because they have the Pulse X. They have both of them. They got everything swapped early when the fees were a little bit less expensive. They set the fees, they set the pull right away. The reason why they want to pull it early is because they don't want to be subject to impermanent loss. And anytime that you pull your liquidity out, that is when whatever impermanent loss you have becomes permanent, right? So again, if the ratio ends up getting way out of whack, so right now it's 1 to 3.8, let's just assume bridge comes in and it goes to 1.5 or 1 to 5, 1 pulse to 5 pulse X, or 1 pulse to 6 pulse X. You're gonna suffer impermanent loss. That's like down 50% of your bag right there. You lose a stack of your pulse. Not fun, not good. So be very careful when it comes to that. But that is why people are pulling their liquidity out. Majority of them have a lot more of their position allocated to this yield farm than they would want to have allocated. The idea is you do a small amount. And am I planning on pulling? No. Because I have a small portion of my bag allocated to this yield farm. I have a long-term vision. If the ratios get out of whack quickly, well, guess what? I just have to wait. I just got to wait. I just got to be patient. And during that time, I can keep harvesting more incentive token and harvest more incentive token. And then guess what I can do with that incentive token? I can swap it for PulseChain, PulseX, Hex. I can swap it for all these other tokens. So that is why a lot of individuals are doing that, Kai. So I hope that helped answer the question. Gabriel, wasn't Max Payne after launch? No. Max Payne was not after launch. We haven't seen Max Payne yet. Be careful about it. And again, my thoughts, my theory, who knows? Could be wrong. Maybe. Just my thoughts, my 2 cents. You asked me, so I'm answering. I think we have more pain in front of us. So what am I planning if that is, in fact, the case? I've talked about it already, man. I got my limit orders in, folks. I had all my limit orders get filled when it hit down to 1.1 cent, folks. All of my limit. I've been talking about limit orders all the way back here. I've been preaching. Set limit orders, set limit orders, set limit orders. Guys, I've been every time I got hit. Oh, I got hit at 7 cents, got hit at 6 cents, got hit at 5, got hit at 4. This is incredible, guys. This is so cool. I've been preaching this for a long time. And what am I saying now? Set the limit orders, man. Just get them. Just get them in. If you do a market buy right now, is it a bad deal? No, it's not. You're getting Hex right now at 3 cents. That's incredible. That's incredible. if we just go back up to all-time highs or even 60 cents, that's 20x your money. Whatever you do right now in the market, it's incredible. Again, let's just say you had $2,000 and you just do a market buy right now in Hex, and it goes and does a 20x, boys and girls. You turn $2,000 into $40,000. That's good. That's good. That's real good. Real good. Are you going to be upset that you did that? No. You'll be upset in the short term because what will happen is you buy at 3 cents and it goes down to 1.7 cents. Then you wish you would have gotten double your bag. So I'd rather not say, let's go for the home run hit. Let's not expect it to go down to 1.7 cents, 1 cent. But in the off chance it does, let's be ready. Let's be ready. Twin Fam, I'm going to come back to your question once again on this one. I just wanted to share that real quick. Let me pull this up once again and come back over here. Where'd it go? Cool. Yep. Hope I can make it up for the impermanent loss with the incentive token. Dude, you get wild. The ink tokens that you're earning right now, crazy. Mo digging it. How you doing, my friend? Crypto Bigfoot, what up, y'all? How you doing, my boy? Alan Fizame, what's up, peeps? What's up, Alan? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Sup. Same here, absolutely. Did your Christmas trees copy over? Yeah, you see? Christmas tree? I got 2 Christmas trees now. They copied over, guys. We got PulseChain live. Thank you so much for noticing. Yeah, we have another Christmas tree in the background now. Because PulseChain's live, so it duplicated the Christmas tree. Now, we don't know what the value is, so it's not the same. Because it's a brand new network, so it's not going to be the same tree. Comical, though. I thought that was funny. Thanks for noticing. Did your Hex limit orders fill? Yeah, they did. Mwah. All the way down to a penny, my friend. It was glorious. Love it. Pre-bridge is sacrificer's gift from RH. Yeah, really is. Atlantean just made some while watching stream. Mwah, dude, glorious, dude. I'm telling you, when you have, guys, the feeling, the emotion you get when limit orders fill is an exciting emotion, okay? But if you do a market buy in the price, for whatever reason, someone's always watching over your shoulder, waiting for you to click buy. It seems like everyone's just waiting for you to click that buy button. See, always. And then as soon as you click buy, you're like sweating. You're like, oh my God, I'll do it. And then as soon as you do it, someone comes and dumps it. And you're like, no, I wish I could have waited. Like always, man. You end up in a situation where you let your emotions like get ahead. And you're like, no, why? Why'd you do that? I wish I would have just waited a day. I wish I could have been a little bit more patient. Remove that. Remove those thoughts, man. Forget that. Forget those emotions. Set limit orders. And I'm telling you, when they fill, you're just like, yes. And again, I don't even have to be in front of a computer. I set this thing out for 6 months. I set the limit orders 5 months ago, folks. The limit orders I had going down to a penny, I set 5 months ago. And they got filled. It's incredible. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm looking for. That's how you win in this game of crypto. I'm not trying to perfectly snipe every single situation that I can, but if the price rises and it wants to dip down that low, I'm going to be ready to take advantage. And I hope y'all are too. I hope everyone who had that limit order, who's been listening to me during this entire time, got it done. Will single-sided staking still be a thing on PulseX? Yes, it will, Anthony. It may just take about a month or so. But yes, it will still be a thing. Did you see how many PulseXs were burned in 24 hours? Yeah. In 24 hours, there was literally like 5 billion PulseX burned. And speaking of, there's a really cool website called plsburn.com. Big fan of this website, by the way, because it shows you a lot of good information that I quite enjoy. So plsburn.com is this website right here. And what's cool about it is it gives you a whole bunch of information on here, okay? What I mean by that is it tells you right now there's been 560 million pulse burned. Now, what do I mean by pulse burned, huh? You may ask. You're like, how does that make any sense? How could Pulse be burned? Okay, I thought it was only Pulse X. I see a lot of people's heads start spinning. They're wondering, how does that make any sense? It doesn't, but it does. And I'll tell you why. Because what happened?
Storm is storming hard.
Oh,
Storm fast. Come on.
Is it?
It's like crazy out there.
Damn.
I saw it coming in. I was like, oh, don't tell me. And it was like,
Apparently we got a big storm here. right, where was I? Oh yeah, the pulse burn. So what's cool is if you become a validator, you set the address you want your rewards sent to for becoming a validator. Well, the initial Genesis validators, the 4,096 validators who were set up the network initially, don't need to earn the fees for being a validator. Okay, so what they did was they set this address right here, this 0x0000 all the way to 369. They set this address as their reward address. And what does that mean? It means all of the rewards that they would have earned are sent to a burn address that can never be touched, never be accessed, never be like nothing can never be done with these coins. 559 million pulses already been sent here. Incredible, folks, incredible. I love it. So 560 million pulse has been burned. 8.6 billion pulse X has been burned. Let's go, baby. And it tells you the ratios right away based on pulse. So right now it says the one pulse would get you 0.26 pulse X, or a 1 to a 3.92 ratio. It also tells you how many incentive tokens you would have. So at this point in time, it would have 100, and for one incentive token, you could earn 101,000 pulse. Come here, Delta. Come here, Delta. Come here. Hi, puppy. What are you doing, puppy? Puppy. All right, cool. So this website shows you a bunch of information. And again, if you just know everything's about a 1 to 4 ratio, then just multiply this sucker by 4. And that's how much Pulse X you would get for one incentive token. God, that is crazy. One incentive token gets you 500 million or 500,000 Pulse X tokens. Incredible, folks. It also tells you how many you would get for your hex as well. So it costs for one pulse, you would, or for, am I saying this right? For one hex, it costs you 108 pulse. You would be able to trade. So if you were looking to see ratios and that kind of stuff, cool website. It also has a little bit more. It actually provides gas prices down here as well. And so you can see if you're just sending pulse to somebody, it's only 94 pulse. That's really not that expensive. If you're actually doing swaps and stuff, a little bit more expensive, 1559. If you're sending PRC20 tokens, 668. So in this scenario, you do have some. It also provides a little bit more in terms of the validators. Whoops, I zoomed in too much. Because it actually has a whole validator set too. Am I tripping? I have to be zoomed out more. How far? All right, let me refresh the page real fast. I could have sworn this showed validators on there. Maybe I'm tripping. I could have sworn it had it, but could be wrong. Yeah, I did see that, Gloria. Incredible stuff. Which stable would you prefer to buy Pulse X when bridge opens? I mean, DAI, USDC. Those are the two that, seem to be doing pretty good. Very well explained, ATX. Thank you, Kaisa. Wasn't gonna LP, but god damn, that's nice. Yeah, it's crazy, folks. Great video. Thank you so much, Travis. Kind words. Awesome. Feeling great. Thank you. Don't sleep. Yeah, I know, right? Yo, just don't sleep. Easy solution. My LP is long term. I'm sitting pretty. Mwah! Glorious, dude. Love that, Alan. Love that. Yeah, DAI for sure. That's kind of what I'm saying. DAI, USDC, both of them. Nice, Alan. Yep. What's good? What's up, brother? All my hex is staked. Where do I check my copies of pHex? You go to app.icosa.pro. You can also go to go.hex.com as well, but I'm going to show you both as a reference. So let me just pull this up, share this tab. So let's just assume we're going to app.icosa.pro, for example. Again, I'm already connected to PulseChain network on this wallet. So I can say next and allow the connection to happen. So now this is actually connected via PulseChain. I know y'all can't see it, but I am currently on the PulseChain MainNet network right now, and you can use all of this. So if you have hex stakes on there, it'll show you all of your hex stakes. If you have liquid hex that you are holding waiting to start a stake, you can create a stake right here. If you are wanting to have a stake end and you want to mint your hedron before then, you can mint your hedron and then restake it. All of this is able to be done already on PulseChain at app.icosa.pro. You can also do other stuff like Hedron, Icosa, and even HSI auctions to anyone who's interested. Right now, it's about 11 hours for the first auction to really start ending. But long story short, it's available. It's here. It's ready. And you can do this right now. You can also go to go.hex.com. When you go to the website, again, it will ask the ability to connect to MetaMask. Be sure ahead of time you are already connected to PulseChain MainNet for the network. I'm going to say connect. It's going to pop up a notification in MetaMask saying, do you want to connect? I'm going to say yes. And from here, it's going to show me all of the information that I am looking for. Okay. So let's just assume, hypothetically speaking, that there are some stakes on PulseChain. And guess what? Are all of your stakes on Ethereum? All of that was copied over, boys and girls. All of it. All of it was copied over. Look at this. This is on PulseChain, by the way, folks. PulseChain right here. PulseChain right here. PulseChain. Okay. This is not like you can go to go.hex.com. You can start a stake here. You can look at the days. All of this. All of the T-share amount is in the ability for how much it costs per hex per T-share. So right now it's 27,212. But if we actually go to a website called hexdailystats.com, you will see the Ethereum-side to start a stake is actually going to be, oh, it's the same, 27,212. Is that the same? 27. Cool. Yeah, they match. Cool. Love it. Mwah. Yeah, they've been meeting pretty good. I wanted to point out this right here. Over the last few days, we've had the 9th and 10th largest payout per T-share at 8.968 and 8.55. So freaking cool, guys. Again, this just happened the 13th. This just happened the 14th. So if you're currently staked in Hex right now, you just got the 9th largest and the 10th largest payout in Hex's T-share payout per T-share history. But I hope that answered the question, Gary. January 2025, EHEX price prediction, PHEX price prediction. Let's just say January 2025. January 2025. Okay, cool. Anywhere between $1 to $2 January 2025 on Ethereum Hex, and likewise for Hex on PulseChain. I think it's probably going to be a little bit higher, maybe $2 to $4, because people are going to be wanting to be involved over on the PulseChain side, maybe a little bit more. But don't sleep on the Ethereum Hex, guys. Don't sleep on it. Are there any benefits to providing liquidity on different pairs other than Pulse and PulseX? No incentive earned. Correct. At this point in time, there is no incentive earned. The only thing you would be earning is people trading back and forth between those two pairs. So let's just say, for example, you have Shiba and you have Pulse. We're just going to use those. So all of the Shiba was copied over. So if there's not a lot of people providing liquidity in that pair, and you put up some Shiba and you put up some Pulse in that pair, and all of a sudden the bridge comes in and people start trading back and forth between the two pairs, and all this starts happening, well, in that scenario, you're going to be earning fees for the people who are trading back and forth between the two pairs. So you aren't farming, you aren't yield farming with those pairs, with those liquidity provider tokens. You are just earning fees for the trades happening back and forth between them, whether it's Link and Pulse, whether it's, I don't know, Hex and Pulse. I don't know what you're referring to, but let's just say in that scenario, currently there's only one yield farm pool available at this point in time. There will be more coming up here in the near future. So keep that in mind, because once again, here in the very near future, it will not only just reflect Pulse and PulseX, it will also show other pairs here too. So just FYI there too. Hopefully that once again answered the question, Muse. I told you guys to wait to 2 cents. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I told you guys to wait to 2 cents. 12 cents. Bam. I love that. Beautiful, beautiful number. ATX, what about single-sided staking with PulseX? It will be coming, Gloria. We're just waiting for single-sided staking to become available. Roughly 30 days, maybe 60 days. We don't know how long it's going to take for them to roll that out. We don't know how it's going to get voted upon, if the DAO is going to be allowing PulseX holders to vote what gets implemented into the single-sided staking. We haven't seen a whole bunch of that stuff. We haven't seen single-sided staking since V2B, so we just have to wait and see how it all plays out. But at this point in time, I would say hold tight, stand fast, be ready for when it does become available, because when it does, it's going to be glorious, and it will be a lot less susceptible to things like impermanent loss, and you will allow the ability to earn a reward token, a third-party reward token, for whatever that is, whatever they say they're going to put up. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Can't wait. Thanks, man. Yeah, exactly. What's up, dude? Always. Could you theoretically just leave really long term and just let it keep earning and earning regardless of the ratio? Are you earning fees and incentive, or is the incentive the fee you are earning? Both. You earn both, South Texas Crypto. Great question. That is a great question right there. So when you become a liquidity provider, you are instantly in the LP pool at that point in time. All the fees that are earned for people trading back and forth between the two pairs are going to still be sent to you. You take that and you put it into a yield farm. You take that and you can earn the incentive token. So now you're earning the incentive token. And when you pull the harvest, when you pull the farm out and you are back to the LP tokens, you will see all of the fees earned for that time you were in that LP position. So yes, it is both, to answer the question. Hopefully that helped answer that, South Texas Crypto. I hadn't noticed the copy of the X Christmas tree. Yeah, exactly. Cookie to chocolate for sure. Will Portal X have a limit order like CalSwap? Yes. Portal X already has a limit order ability on the Ethereum network. So I've used it. It does great. Executes flawless. Very good. The one downside, let me just say, man, I really hope someone listens to me on Portal X and Power City. I've been saying this, and I guess I haven't really voiced my complaint enough at this point in time. Okay, cool. So let me just make sure it's on the Ethereum network. Okay, cool. It is. So let me just go here and here. All right. So the one gripe that I would say, the only really complaint that I would have is how they don't make it necessarily like user friendly to understand. So remember how I said I set mine 5 months ago on CalSwap and they just got filled and it's incredible and it's amazing. Well, the way they do it on portalxswap.io for Power City is they do it by hours, which is the most backwards way of doing stuff. But long story short, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So let's just say you had that same $2,000. Well, instead of doing the market price right now, which would put it here at the 0.29 cent level, you would do 500 like we just discussed. But you also don't know the exact amount, because remember, this is showing what the price would need to be at if you wanted to get that amount of hex. So it's the saying you would need 0.007 cent in order to actually get filled. Well, we don't want it to be that crazy. So you want to adjust this down and you want to do a little bit more control in all of this too. So at 30,000, this gives you 1.6 cent for the hex. The other thing is you would do 25 and you would do 1.9 cent for the hex. So just pay attention. If you need to swap, you can just click this little button right here and it has you swap into what the actual price is via USDC. A little bit easier to understand that way. If you click set to market, you'll know exactly what the price is right now and then adjust from there. So we'll say 26 puts it at 1.8 cents. So a little gripe there, nothing too crazy. You can figure all that out. The gripe comes in on this right here. So remember how I said you can do the expiry date out to 6 months? So you can do 1 month, 10 minutes, 1 hour days, or I can click custom and they do it in freaking hours, man. I don't know why they do it this way because it's just so freaking weird, but you have to go through and you have to type this in on Google yourself. So you would be like, cool, Google, right? You type this in on Google and you type in how many hours are in 6 months. Why you have to do it this way, I don't know, but 4,380. So you go back onto Portal X and say 4,380 hours. You then click it and it sets it out to 182 days, which we already know. Whoops, I missed showing you that. So you'd set it 4,380 hours and you set it and it puts it out to 182 days. I don't know why they don't just do it in days, man. That's just, it's so freaking backwards. It's weird. I don't care for it. I don't like it. You can get around it. It's a small gripe because at the end of the day, who really cares how you have to do it? It's just a small gripe that I voiced my opinion on. But that's how you do it, guys. Just in case y'all are like, oh man, it only allows me to go out to 7 days. No, you just have to set the hours yourself. Maybe you can even go out longer. I've never tried to go out longer. I'm assuming it lets you. Yeah, 390 days. Cool. So you can go out to a year plus. You can just literally set it out to, I don't know how long you can set it for. I've never really tried to see. Is there a limit? Let me just see now. I'm very curious. Now you done got me curious on something. 90,000 hours. Okay, cool. That's the max. 87,600, which would be 10 years. Oh my gosh. You can set a limit order out for 10 years. Fuck, that's ridiculous. Excuse the language, but that's crazy. That's ludicrous. Who needs to set a limit order out for 10 years? That's wild. That's wild. That's really crazy. Okay, cool. Anyways, hopefully that answers the question on that one. LOL, me either. I heard someone got 30,000 pulse for a single pulse X or pulse. Is this correct? A 30,000 to 1 ratio? Yeah, it was the opposite way. But yeah, it was 1 pulse for 30,000 pulse X. And then just do the math on what that was. Big thunder here in Costa Rica too. Yeah, man, storms suck. What were stack prices for Pulse and Pulse X again? 10,000 divided by 1. So 0.0001, 3 zeros and a 1. So 0.3 zeros and a 1 would be the sacrifice price everyone refers to when we talk about sac price. But everyone had their own individual sac rate because there were like, you got bonuses for day 1 through 5. You got the full rate. Day 9 or day 6 through 17, you got less. Day 18 through 20 or something, you got, it was different for everyone, but the general consensus that we discuss when we talk about numbers is 0.0001. There was also a payout for people who actually sacrificed more. They earned a bonus of up to 2.5x their stack. So again, when we talk about these numbers, we just say 0.0001 to answer that question. I set the limit orders the day before yesterday after ATX told us his orders had been filled. I thought it was too late, but yesterday Hex dumped again. Yep. Let's go. That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, Cookie, thank you. Much love. That's what I'm saying, dude. And it's an incredible feeling, folks. When the limit order gets filled, I'm telling you, it feels so much better because you know that the price dipped down and it filled the limit order. So you're happy. You're happy and you know it. So we clap our hands. You know what I mean? Like it's incredible. Thought so too. Better idea. All right. Where do you place your limit orders? Does the MetaMask need to be open the whole time for it? No, you do not need to have MetaMask open the whole time. I do it through CalSwap or Portal X Swap. They both work out great. Swap.cal.fi is the website for CalSwap. I think I actually have it down in the description below if you just click the link. But if you don't want to click the link because you don't trust it, whatever the case would be, just type in swap.cal.fi and you'll find it yourself. Sacrifice price day 1 was 0.0000725585 each PLS, I believe. Not sure on PLSX. Yeah, that's like the total of everyone who sacrificed and everything and how it was all done. But yeah, appreciate that, Muse. Hey, TX, serious question. I sacked for Pulse X and so did a friend. However, we both got a random 1 Pulse in our wallet. Is this a dust attack possibly? No, that was done on purpose, Crypto Panhandler, to allow it sucks because it happened so fast that it's already done. But if you didn't sacrifice your PulseX, Richard Hart had actually thought about this ahead of time and said, how do people transact if they don't have Pulse? Well, and there's no bridge. So he said for everyone who missed out on sacrifice for PulseX or for Pulse, and you're holding an Ethereum wallet, an Ethereum-based wallet that's self-custodial, you're going to be given 1 Pulse. And the idea behind that is that way you could transact right away. Several people were able to transact right away because when it first launched, it actually cost like 0.006 Pulse to actually do a transaction, whether it be swapping, whether it be staking, yield farming, liquidity providing, all of that. Now the price went up quite a bit for the Pulse to be able to transact. So that 1 Pulse isn't a dust attack. It was given to you on purpose. The downside to it is it no longer really helps anyone. You just have 1 Pulse that you still can't transact with because the fees on PulseChain got a little bit crazy because the vampire community decided to come in and they fill every single block with all the minting that they do is how it's done. And so the downside to it is it causes the price to actually go up for the Pulse fee. And so people have to pay something like 200 Pulse to transact or 3,000 Pulse to transact, which again is still next to nothing. And I want to say this is a good thing and bad thing because it actually almost is a good thing for the sense of it allows people the ability to it causes people to want to buy more Pulse when the bridge first opens, because if it was so cheap for these fees and you knew it was going to be next to nothing, like 0.006 Pulse during the entire time, you may only end up getting 2 Pulse, right? And that could be your bag, and then you use everything else to swap and do all that other stuff. But because of the fees and the way it is, people now need more Pulse, so it actually is going to cause more hype into the Pulse ecosystem when the bridge opens, because people are waiting to transact. And hopefully that's what we're saying, the bridge opens soon, so that way everyone can transact. There was 1 PLS airdrop to everyone. Muse, love that answer. The 1.41 was probably from some Ethereum you had. Yeah, great point. Yeah, so you were also given Ethereum, but it was diluted as well. So if you had 0.0141 Ethereum in your wallet, then you were copied over into Pulse. Great point. Spacey 007, do you think that farming Pulse and PulseX for incentive is a good move now, or permanent laws could kill us now, or wait for liquidity provider? Thanks. I think it's a great move personally, but again, do a small portion of your bag, 10%, right? Like, don't go all in. There's no need for it, but just know the ratio that you went in at. And right now it's 1.31 Pulse to 3.85 PulseX. So as long as the ratio stays somewhere around there, when you want to pull that position out, that's the ratio that you're looking for when you're wanting to pull out. 1 to 3, 1 to 4, somewhere in that ratio. And if you can get there, then you pull it out. You've earned some incentive token. You can trade that incentive token in for a whole bunch of stuff, or leave it there like Alan Fizme and several other people are going to do, and just keep stacking the incentive. You can harvest the incentive, use that to actually swap other tokens such as Hex or Pulse or PulseX. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All of it. This is all glorious, my friend. Very, very much so. Like, I do not say that lightly. This is incredible. But yeah, I'm a fan of I've already got my yield farm going, if that helps answer the question. Got more coffee for the last week than I had all last year. Yo, you just gotta stay up and be ready. Like, you never know what's gonna happen. Bridge is gonna come live, and it's like, man, I just want to see like dollar values of stuff. That's gonna be incredible. Cheap Pulse PulseX means max burn. Yeah, exactly. Before you do anything, always check the pool with which one has the most volume, and wrap it to PulseChain from the bridge. It has W in front. Make sure you don't touch any stable coins. Start with P. There you go. Yeah. So yeah. Make sure to not touch any stable coins that start with W or P. Gotcha. Love it. Good advice. Bobsled, hello folks. What's up, Pierce Heath? How you doing, my friend? Yes, y'all. What it do, y'all? What it is, y'all? Yeah, exactly. Big GZ, LOL. Almost 9 million PulseX burn, dude. Wild. That is crazy. I was so stoked about my liquid copies. I literally forgot all of my stakes were copied for like a day. I know, me too. I was actually over at my friend's house, and we were discussing everything with the PulseChain launch and just celebrating. And it was so funny. I got home the next day, and then I was like, all of our freaking stakes got copied too. Like, oh, geez, dude. Life is good. Facts. Sorry if you have covered this, but a common issue seems to be having enough Pulse for transactions right now. For new people, how the heck will they be able to attain Pulse, even for a one swap trade? So, Renat, I haven't really discussed this too much, but the way it works is bridge is going to come live, okay? And when the bridge comes live, let me just see if I can just kind of draw this out, maybe make it a little bit easier. Share this tab, open it up. Okay, cool. So let's just say right here that you have Ethereum, and then you have, let me just do this, copy, paste, boom. And then you have Pulse, okay? So in this scenario, we're saying we need to have a bridge that actually goes through and connects these two, right? Nice little bridge that connects these, and we're going to call this the bridge. I don't even know why I bothered typing or drawing that out. Let me just X-nay that one real quick. Bridge. Okay, cool. So now the bridge comes in. Now that the bridge is here, cool. That's just ugly, isn't it? Ugly. Okay, cool. So now that the bridge is here, we're going to need to start some things, right? The idea is people are going to have the ability to transfer back and forth between both pairs between both back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Okay, now the idea here is people are going to take some Pulse, and they're going to bridge it over into Ethereum. This is going to be called wrapped Pulse. And the idea is on the Ethereum network, you're most likely going to need to buy this wrapped Pulse. Why? Because if you decide to actually buy, say, USDC over here on the Ethereum side, or DAI, or anything else like that, well, when it comes over onto the bridge, the downside to it is it will then be, we're just going to call it EUSDC or DAI. Now, can you transact if you don't have any Pulse? The answer is no, you can't. You can't swap it out of this. You can't do anything with it. You can't do nothing. So why would you do this and wreck yourself? The idea is that people are going to transfer their Pulse and they're going to wrap it through the bridge, and it's going to be on the Ethereum side. This is what you want to be purchasing. Why? Well, simple. Because when you purchase WPLS in this scenario, well, when you put it through the bridge and it goes through this little transaction right here, guess what it shows up over on this side? Pulse. Because it unwraps it. It literally unwraps at this time, unwraps and transfers back in to the native asset. In this scenario, Pulse. Okay? So I hope that helps answer. So we're looking for, on the Ethereum side, to be looking to purchase wrapped Pulse. Now, yeah, you're going to need to swap into this. Okay, cool. So if you currently have USDC, DAI, all that good stuff, well, maybe you're going to need to swap a portion over it into wrapped Pulse. So you can at least begin transacting when the time comes. I'm not saying swap the whole bag. I'm saying get enough to transact. And then once you actually have enough to transact, if you have Pulse X, if you have Hex, if you have other stuff, you can then convert it using the Hex into more Pulse. Whatever the case may be. All this is going to be available. But that's kind of what we're waiting for at this point in time. We're waiting to see this happen. We want to see it go from, whoops. We want to see it go. Can I have it do a fill? Let me see here. Order, send it back. Okay, cool. So we want to have it do this right here. We want to see it go from wrap Pulse, and we want to see it turn into PLS. And then from there, do what you will, my friend. You go get this PLS and go buy all that other stuff that you want, right? Now you have some PLS. Now, if you have this, for example, your USDC and your DAI, and you bridge it back over through here, then this can now be swapped. Excuse the drawing, it's terrible, but you kind of see what I'm saying. You can then swap this because you have PLS. You can then swap it into whatever you want. Use it for DCA capabilities, use it for all of that. So that's kind of what we're waiting for right now at this point in time. I hope that helped answer the question, but that's probably what we're waiting for. My Canadian exchange I used to buy ETH locked me out for buying Hex. They tell me it's so I onboard the new support guy. They unlocked me. It took 4 days. Jesus Christ, crazy. That's too funny. I onboarded the support guy. Thinking outside the box right there, my friend. Taking care of business. That's awesome. Any thought on the ratio of PLS, PLSX when bridge opens and after? I think it's going to go crazy with Pulse. I think it'll come back down to a 1-to-3 ratio, right? I think it's going to see I think it's going to be around this 1-to-3 ratio, 1-to-4 ratio for at least a foreseeable future. 6 months to a year is kind of my guess. But I think in the beginning, a lot of people are going to try to get into PulseChain, especially now that the fact that it costs so much to transact. People are going to be looking to get into Pulse. So that's kind of my thoughts on it. Bob, you were a hero. Yeah, exactly. This is the issue. Yeah, exactly. I love they all hate us for still being Hexagon. Yep. I tried really hard in life to get ahead. Yeah, we all do, for sure. Lucky I got in early and got a bag of Pulse for my Hex, but my buddy, now a week later, can't even get any Pulse to make any transactions. Yeah. I mean, just be a little bit patient. I mean, be a little bit patient. I'm helping out all the Patreon members as well. To anyone who is a Patreon member, hit me up, DM me if you are needing some assistance in that regard. Thank you, Finn. I couldn't help myself. ATX pumped up my motivation. I just provided liquidity and farmed for incentive during this live. Thanks once again. That's dope right there, John. Appreciate you. I don't even think people realize the impact of the highest of stakes. I know. And then we still have the highest of stakes coming out too. Oh my gosh, this is glorious. Glorious. Yeah. So the highest stakes damn sure ain't coming out until we have a bridge come through and the ability for people to transact. So probably won't see the highest stakes for 2 to 3 more months. But when it happens, we are still freaking early, and this is going to be another pump on pump right there. I can't believe I onboarded the Canadian exchange. That's so cool. Don't think people realize how big of an impact the highest stakes will have. This mini bull run can give us the interest needed from a big streaming service such as Netflix. Yeah, for sure. That is for the history books. Yeah, it definitely is, bobsled. They never stopped me before, so I had to have a long chat to fix their thinking. Incredible. What's up, Finbear? Hey, how you doing, Crypto Truth? How you doing, my friend? Yes, history in Canada started today for Hex. I love it. Can anyone give me Pulse to cover gas? I'm currently only helping Patreon people for the time being, Crypto Truth, but someone might be able to. Here we go. Imagine the water cooler rumors there. Andy got scammed by the cult. LOL. There you go. Thanks, Pac-Man. I appreciate it. Yeah, dude, of course. There you go. Scammed up to the right. Yep, exactly. Scammed to the upside, as Ivan says. Love it. No worries, man. What's up, brother, man? How you doing? I have 2-year limit orders. That's dope, man. Like, that's cool. Forget, why not, man? Like, throw something just at like a stupid low number and then just set it and forget it. And then you're going to be like a year down from now. Somehow something happens, causes the price to wick down. Your limit order gets filled and you're like, wow, I had forgot all about that. How cool. Yeah, too funny. Starts with a W. Yeah, exactly. Rap starts with W. Be safe out there for sure. Loving the channel, brother. You take the time to answer questions. That ish is important for the community. Appreciate that. I need 2,500 pulse guys who wants to. I need 2,500 pulse guys who wants to sell it for $100 in Ethereum. That's way too much, man. Don't be spending that kind of stuff. I mean, dude, do the math on that. Like, 2,500 divided by $100. I mean, $25 per token. I don't know, man. Or 25 cents, whatever it is. For every $1, you get 25. I don't know, man. It just seems like a lot. I'm going to the sauna. I'll be naked, so you guys behave. I'll be listening. Well, you behave, Finbear. So you'll be hearing my nice, soothing, succulent voice, you know? So I don't know what you'll be doing for yourself, but enjoy. Thanks, man. Big ups. Appreciate that. Nathan, you lucky ducky. I heard you got sniper skills. Yeah, dude. I really did. It was that right time, right time, right opportunity, and it happened to present itself, and bam, got that snipe skill happen. On a lot of things too, not just that. So incredible. Thanks for the LP answer. So the fees alone, what is that being paid in? For example, if you have PLSX pool, I believe it would just be Pulse as the fees would be paid in. Have you noticed that basically whenever PLSX incentive have been moving up and down, have been moving down and up almost in tandem? It's kind of like the Hex is acting like a stable coin, albeit not stable, obviously. That's funny. Yeah, I definitely have noticed. Imagine if PLS eventually does a 10,000x from SAC rate, goes up to $1, and people are now paying thousands of future USD to swap. Great burn. Yeah, it's just part of the thing, man. It's the way it ends up going, right? It's just kind of like how it's all good. I'm just here chilling out here. Appreciate that, bobsled. Why is it possible to buy Hex so dirt cheap right now? Because the correct ratio has not been set by the market. Uncertainty. The market will correct the situation very quick once the bridge opens. Agreed. 100% agree. Like, what if you end up seeing that, like, I don't even want to start getting too crazy, but yeah, I 100% agree with that, A-Bit. What's up? How you doing, my friend? Shout out to A-Bit. Go follow him. Go subscribe to him. Much love, A-Bit. I actually got to meet them on the whole KSB tour. They're incredible people, man. Really, really freaking cool. What would reasons be for validators to burn rewards just to be good, or some other benefit? Yeah, I mean, so like that way they can't say that the validators are gonna dump on the heads of everyone later. Like, you just remove that situation out from the equation. That way they're like, what happened to the fees? What'd you do with the fees? They were burnt, my friend. They were burnt. They're gone. They can't be accessed. They're gone. They don't need the fees. They're setting it up for network security, but they don't need the fees. So that is a bullish benefit for everybody. Now, if you are a validator, do not set up the address to go to a burn address. Don't do it. Set it to your own address, or an address that you have access to. And then should you so decide to do something because you're just feeling gracious, then do it that way. But don't set it up to go to a burn address. That is the benefit. Hi, ATX. I didn't even look at my stakes yet. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's funny. It's so funny. Hi, I'm a noob. Did you see that? GRC coin made after says burnt liquidity. Liquidity. What does that mean? I made 4x my pulse, but wanted to keep my moon bag. No idea. I don't follow that at all, Kizo. I don't have an answer for you. Thanks so much, bro. We need more streamers that actually answer chat questions. Have a good day. Got to go skate, dude. Enjoy, my friend. I'm also a skater, so that's why we get along. Shout out to you, my friend. Kizo, burnt liquidity is a good thing. Just means that he burnt the LP tokens and he can no longer pull initial liquidity. So mitigates a rug pull potential. That liquidity is in the pool forever. Love that. Thank you for answering that question, Muse. Abit, shoot me some pulse so I can trade out some of my Pulse X for Hex and stake it. Before a value is placed. SOS. Save our souls. How is your snake doing, dude? They're doing good. I got 3 snakes, my friend, but yeah, they're doing good. Yo, what's happening in Canada with Hex and Pulse? I love it. Now we got some Canadians coming through. ATX, are we sure Wrap Pulse Unwrap is handled by the bridge when moving back to PulseChain? Cryptographics just streamed and said native Pulse is needed for transactions because it doesn't unwrap. When you put something into a bridge, it wraps it. So if it can be put into a bridge and it comes over onto the Ethereum side, it's wrapped at that point, no matter what. And if you put it back from the other side and bring it back over into this side, it unwraps. That's just how the protocol works. I don't know. I don't have the exact answer for you there, but that's so I'm saying, like, if we see people move over assets from Pulse into, I see, because it does need to be WPLS because it's a PRC20 token. Let me see if you can just bridge in right now. Let me see how that works. PulseRamp.com. Oh, this is going to be a terrible example. Yeah, it's already wrapped on here. ETH. Let me just say ETH. I mean, if it allows us to send Pulse, the bridge right here is allowing us to send ETH in this example, and it would show up as wrapped ETH on the other side. So if it allows us to send the asset and it wraps it, when it sends it back over to the bridge, it unwraps it. The bridge is what wraps and unwraps. It's not the system. So I don't know. That's the way I think it's gonna happen. That's I think how we're gonna get in. Just FYI. I was going to end an 18-month stake. Gwei was 111 ETH, cost 2. Gwei was 111 ETH, cost 236. I decided to leave it and wait for lower gas fees. Denise, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, right now I saw it get down to the 30s over the weekend, so maybe we see it go back down into the 30s again. I would just keep an eye on the Gwei, and if you have a good opportunity to go through and do it, then let's have fun. Can we talk about the people that sniped all the HSI auctions with bots? LMAO. Play of the century, dude. That was hilarious. So there was a group of people that actually caused all the HSI auctions to go up live at once, and right when PulseChain and all of it happened, all these bots came through, and they actually unlocked the HSI auctions, but there was no way to actually participate in them. So for 24 hours, they're only good. The auctions are only good for 24 hours. So immediately, all the auctions ended before anyone could actually do anything with it. I love that, Alan Fitzmay. That was a hilarious little play too. Crypto Sparbook. Exactly. Shout out to Love for sure, my friend. Lindsay, how long should be LP and stake for E4? I don't understand the question. As long as you want. As long as the liquidity provider ratio that you set comes back to the range that you want. Hope that makes sense. So if you set it at 1.3 or 1 to 3.8 pulse to pulse X in that scenario, then eventually, if it comes back into that range, you can pull your liquidity provider position and be in a good situation. But I don't quite understand the question. I got all my transactions unstuck, but one, no matter how many times I send gas to myself, what can I do? I got all my transactions unstuck, but one, no matter how many times I send gas to myself. Man, that's a tough one right there, my friend. So the idea is we're going to kind of show you here real fast as like an example. So you can come in here onto PulseChain and you can click this little icon up here, go to settings, go to advanced, and click on clear activity tab. That's one way of doing it. That should hopefully help clear it. If it doesn't help clear it, then you have to actually go down here to customize transaction nonce. Click it on, and then you have to actually find out what nonce is stuck right here. Usually you have to find out what it is. I don't know. There's no way of knowing. I don't have an activity going right now. But once you actually have it unstuck on that, you can actually you can click send, and you would set it to your own address. So like you would just copy this and then put it here in this scenario, and then you would just send 0 pulse, and you would actually go and choose the custom nonce, whatever you ended up having it at, whatever that nonce was before. And you'll see the nonce on the transaction as well. So just look for the word nonce, and then just set it there, and you should be able to do it that way. You may want to end up being a little bit more aggressive when it comes to like the priority fees. So like this one's at 204. Maybe you end up increasing it to like 250 in this scenario, just as an example. You'll end up paying a little bit more gas, but hopefully it lets you get unstuck. I don't know. That's kind of that's a tough question to answer without actually like seeing all of it, but hopefully that at least gave you some ideas. Cool. So I don't need to share that screen anymore. So back to here. What's up, y'all? How you doing? Check my pulse. Bridge. Yeah, dude, bridge tonight. Let's wait for it. You're a skateboarder too? No way. Yeah, absolutely, Dampy. Great buying time for e-hacks. Keep in mind that PulseChain will take traffic off Ethereum, lowering gas. I hope I'm thinking right on this. Yeah, maybe. We don't really know, but it's a beautiful thing. We're here. We're early. Blockaroni, what's up, fam? How you doing, my friend? Crypto Bigfoot, yo, Blockaroni. Yeah, what's up? Adria, and anyone else had to accept new terms of use on MetaMask right now? Yep, sure did. Effin, Jack, and Jake. LOL, these guys. What's the hardest thing about skateboarding? Concrete? Dude. Alan, I love you, bro. Denise, that chain should be not mentioned, is overloading our system and unnecessarily inflating gas prices. Great for the burn, not so good for others trying to transact. Yeah, exactly. How many incentive tokens do you think you would earn per day if you were doing roughly 5 million pulse to 20 million pulse X? Well, currently the most recent ratio that we've heard was for every 2 million, 2.1, 2.2 million pulse chain to the equivalent side of pulse X. It'll say 8 million for ease of math. You were earning 1 incentive token per day. So if you got essentially like double that, then you would essentially almost be getting 2 incentive tokens per day by doing that. One more question. Do you think there might be a stable released around the time the bridge, or will we have to wait? I think we're gonna have to wait, my friend, because I don't really know of any stables coming in besides the Liquid Loans one and the Power City one, but I think they're all waiting for at least 30 days before they even do something like that. So I think we got to wait for the stable coin. I don't know of anyone else who's really doing any stables. I haven't heard it at this time. Clear activity tab. I'll try that. Tried replacing nonce, etc. Been stuck for 2 days. Damn, dude, sucks. Denise, that really does suck. Thanks, UATX, for all you do for the community. Thanks, TechSex. Yo. What website do you check Pulse gas cost? It's pulseburn.com. PLSburn.com is what I meant to say. PLSburn.com is the website. And yeah, really cool website. You know what I mean? So here we go. Bam. So right here, plsburn.com. Right here. Simple. And then you scroll on down and you can see gas prices right here. So hopefully that helps answer that question. Dan P, speaking of skating, anyone watch Nija's raw footage of him eating a concrete buffet? Dude, Nija is a freaking monster. And that was like his ending on the outro of that video. Oh my gosh. The whole video, Nija Houston's incredible, my friend. I prefer no stable, especially if people dump into Hex. Yeah, right. Salute ATX and chat. Let's go. Congrats to the sacrificers. Crypto Wonder Podcast. How you doing, my boy? Absolute love from every single one of y'all. Guys, I gotta get going. I got a meeting to run to. Absolutely love all the love and appreciation from every single one of you individuals. Like, share, subscribe. Come back tomorrow for more PulseChain MainNet content. I will leave you with a beautiful ending. But guys, have a wonderful evening. Don't panic. Be calm. Stay patient. We are so freaking early. We will win together. Talk to y'all soon. Peace!